Saturday, April 18th, I woke up excited to give a game I had been waiting on a shot. I was really hoping it would live up to my own hype. Luckily for me, by Sunday, I was wrapped up in crime, conspiracy, and thin little red strings that somehow tied it all together.
In tons. I traded in my medals for my gambling funds, but I overplayed my hand and now the work's never done.
Mouse PI is a game that slapped me in my mouth. It demanded 100% of my attention, and then when I was finished with it, snuck its way back into the shadows like it didn't just blow my mind. Here, let me show you what I've been doing.
I fought the war so the city could rust. Now I'm choking on the smoke and dust. Do what's right, they say, knowing full well what's right left me yesterday. I'm just Jack Pepper trying to do right, knee deep in a world gone wrong. Oh, the deeper I dig, the crazier it gets, but I keep on digging along. From the creeper cultists to the crooked cops, the whole contraption's rotten through. Oh, I'm just one mouse caring about what's right in a city that don't care about you.
Now from the very jump, I'm sure you noticed the visual art style of this gym. It's so unique and sexy, it's honestly unfair to its competition. And the reason we're starting off with this is because it's what initially drove me to even give the game a shot in the first place. A lot of modern AAA games go for this photorealistic look, and honestly, to give credit where credit is due, a lot of times they really nail it. I mean, this looks beautiful. But if I was to take this same scene, pause it, and then zoom in just a little bit right here, you know, maybe a little bit more right there. Can you honestly tell me you know what game that is? While Mouse PI, on the other hand, does not have that issue at all. As soon as you start the game up or start a video up, you know exactly what you're looking at. The devs have spoken before in interviews about how absolutely painstaking the process was of animating this game frame by frame, but I believe that extra bit of love, you know, that extra mile that they went for this, is gonna give it the staying power that it needs to stick out in my memory for a really long time. Speaking of devs, let me catch you up to speed on where this game came from. A lot of the games that I end up 100%ing on my Steam account come from really big publishers and developers. I'm talking names like Bethesda, Obsidian, FromSoft. That's right, I'm a gamer. But this one happens to be this developer's very first release. See, Fumi Games is a Polish indie company that started working on Mouse PI all the way back in 2019. Honestly, for a group of only 25 to 30 employees, they absolutely killed that 7-year development time. And thankfully, the universe seems to be paying them back for their efforts. Since its release, Mouse PI has sold over 730,000 copies. It's about $38 million for them and their publishers, and I genuinely hope they're able to use this cash to establish a foothold for Fumi Games to continue evolving on our gaming experiences. I know that's a big claim too, to say that Fumi's out here evolving our gaming experiences, but let me make a quick point for you. The only other boomer shooter that I've actually liked for any amount of time was Bolt Gun, which held my attention for about 45 minutes before I refunded it. That's not meant to be me shitting anybody's cup of tea, but I just really don't like this style of game. So for me to not only buy a Mouse PI, boot it up and give it a shot, but also be hooked on it, I think that speaks volumes. Even shifting away from the shooting mechanics, Fumi nailed some non-shooting mechanics in a way that other developers I think really need to take note of. For instance, if you've played a big name game in the past 20 years, I'm sure you've picked a lot. Every developer has their own idea about which mechanics are going to make this particular minigame of sorts fun. Unfortunately for me, almost all of those mechanics make this particular minigame of sorts frustrating to me. But Fumi knew what they were doing with this one. They treat the lock as a maze and your lockpick is your tail. If you're able to navigate the dangers of the maze and see it through, you're rewarded. It's unique It's refreshing, but most importantly, it's fun. By the time I finished my first lock, I genuinely had a smile on my face.
That's actually really cool.
Speaking of smiles, you know what'll turn this upside down frown? Card games. Almost every single RPG has one. They all have achievements relating to playing the heck out of them, and almost every single one sucks as well. Not this one though. Mouse PI introduces a baseball card game that's an absolute home run. It is now genuinely one of 2 card games that I think are great additions to their base game. With the other one being Gwent, of course. If you thought it was anything else, you're stupid. So.
Yes, yeah, and of course I'm gonna ask her about the lesson. Wanna play?
I think now's kind of a good time to downshift into something that I don't believe is S tier about this game, which is the story. See, the word story starts with the letter S, but the tier for this game's story is closer to the end of the word story, which is why. As in, why did you make this so complicated? The game gives you this to pin your clues up on as you progress, and it starts to connect all the clues with this little red string. And I genuinely needed a second replay, this board, and to write it all down off stream to start seeing where it all really connected. Like, I genuinely felt like I had to be an actual private investigator to see where the web of red started and where it stopped. If it wasn't for my big old brain and how smart I actually am, and you're wrong if you think differently, I wouldn't have been able to understand this after my second playthrough. But luckily for me, one of the game's best traits is its replayability. I think now would probably be a good time to cope and say, you know, they probably expected you to play through this a second time, and that's why, oh, this is so complicated, and I am actually super smart, like I just said, but I'm not gonna take that moment to cope. That would be low of me. Not only does this game have quite a few levels of gameplay, if you just blast it through each level A to B, but it also jam-packs each level with secret areas that you really gotta be thorough to find. On top of that, every one of those little nooks and crannies that you're searching for genuinely have some sort of collectible, so they incentivize you to actually go out and find those secrets pretty well. The game naturally features quite a few achievements directly linked to finding all of the collectibles. And I'm gonna be real with you, I genuinely hate a collectible grind, most of the time. But the way Mouse PI was able to do it made it actually feel refreshing. I didn't mind going through and meticulously checking every level and finding those secret areas. In fact, it felt fun.
Hell yeah, that felt great, dude. We should chase that feeling one more time, and then we'll go to bed. I bet.
Okay, one more game then, for real. I gotta get off. Alright, dude, fine. One more game.
Lastly, something that I think really defines a game's core experience for me is its achievement list. What it feels like to earn that Steam ribbon, to get that platinum trophy, to add that 1,000 gamer score. I'll be honest, I've never had a game goated over its achievement list, but on the flip side, I've had a lot of games soured over getting all the achievements. Mouse PI's method of jam-packing every level with secrets and collectibles and then linking the achievements to them, again, it's not new or unique, but it did feel refreshing, it did feel fun, and every single collectible that I found genuinely had a weight to it. You know, that sort of feeling you get when you mentally snapshot a moment of pride? That probably sounds pretty nerdy, but that's what pushes me to complete this sort of game. And every achievement that I found genuinely got me more excited to see the adventure through and to close all these cases. And eventually I did see the adventure through. I did close all those cases, and I did get that ribbon on my Steam account.
Final achievement moment. Will bang, let's go. All right, and it's recorded. We didn't mess this up. We're here.
The wrapping up of my journey through Mouseburg's underbelly after almost a month of daily play sessions was a little bittersweet. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was like finishing a show that you really like, being happy that you found the show, but also being a little bit sad that it's over. I adored my experience throughout Mouse PI, and I don't think I'm gonna forget this for a very long time. Whether you join me live over on Twitch or you're enjoying this video at home on your own time on YouTube, thank you. I hope I got you a couple minutes worth of entertainment. I hope you stay safe till next time, and I'll see you then.
I'm still Jack Pepper, trying to do what's right, still knee deep in a world gone wrong. Yeah, the evidence burning while the wheels keep turning, but I carry the truth along. There's blood on my hands, but I'm the last I understand. I'll shout it out and sing. I'm just a small